Yes, it's that time of the moment when you need to refresh yourself with our naturally crafted beer from Manitoulin Island, the Split Rail Brewing Company. Your thirst has never been this good. Available at our zero contact delivery service. You can call us on 705 370 8284.
Thanks, everybody. 2015, it was probably the first women-owned brewery in Ontario at that time. And I'd like to introduce the people who founded this brewery. And they're right in the corner there. Andrea Smith and Eleanor Charlton. Woohoo! And it started really as a microbrewery. Very micro, right, Andrea? No? Yeah, okay. And the patio was only that bit there or less. Actually, maybe not even that at that point, right? So in 2015, there was a Kickstarter campaign. So I'm wondering if anyone here was part of that Kickstarter campaign that was really the founding funding for this brewery. Anybody here? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so it's really a people's brewery and starting very, very local and very, very small. And now we've grown quite a bit, and we have a much expanded patio, although some of that is actually due to COVID allowing us to do that. So it's our pleasure to host you here today for sure. So there may be certain delights arriving at some point this afternoon on our premises, and we hope that you are able to enjoy them. And if you have any questions for us, just let us know. What we have today is an extra special beer, spruce tip beer that we've named Spruce It Up or Spruced Up? Spruced Up. That was the winner of the contest on Facebook. We had 4 nominations for names for this beer, and Spruced Up won. So it's a beautiful, smooth ale that has kind of toffee notes at the beginning, but a red spruce at the end. And kind of reminds you of being in the forest, perhaps. That's a new beer. Original beer from one of yours. So please try it out, maybe in a flight, maybe in a glass, whatever. We also will be having some pretzels arriving at some point, and we do have some tasting boxes with gourmet cheese, Haskap jam, and some different delights in it, quail's eggs, among other things. So we have those available for sale here. So we're going to have some party music. Teresa's here, and Teresa's our MC for the day. She's from Life Broadcasting Center. She has an online radio station, and we are online on that radio station right now, being broadcast live around the world. Yeah. Teresa's radio station has about 47,000 followers. Is that correct? 57. So we're not small anymore. Our reach is wide. So I want to thank you, Teresa, for coming here and engineering the sound and everything this afternoon. So she may come up and interview you. You may be on radio if you choose to be. And you can choose to say no if that's not your style. But Teresa's like extremely friendly and engaging, and may just sort of ask for your opinions about a few things. Anyways, so thank you very much. Pretty soon, like I say, there will be some treats coming. We still are under some COVID restrictions, just as a matter of housekeeping. So if you're not at your table and not drinking or eating, you need to wear a mask, say, to get to the washroom or to get to the order windows. So just a reminder on that. But you all know that all too well. So take care and enjoy your afternoon, and thanks for joining us.
Today is their birthdays, the 25th of July 2021, and I am with Sue here, and she's one of the owners of Split Rail. So we're going to be talking to her and find out about the gist of what is going on here. Thank you so much for joining us here on Recommend and inviting us to be part of your beautiful adventure.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, Terry.
Can you tell our listeners who you are and where you're from and everything else? Good?
Yes. So my name is Susan, and I'm one of the owners of Split Rail Brewing Company. There are four of us, all women, so we're 100% women. So Split Rail Brewery is named for a kind of fence. It's called the split rail fence. That is very common here on Manitoulin Island. And we wanted a name that would capture something that really was part of the island, made with local materials, just like our beer. So that's what we try to do at Split Rail Brewing.
And it says great beer made here.
Great beer made here. Every drop.
Amazing. So it's busy. I see the cake is coming. So how old? Yeah. So how old are you?
Yeah. So it's been 6 years since Split Rail got started. And with credit to my colleagues, Andrea and Eleanor, who started it up. And I've been involved now for about 3 years. And it's just a pleasure to see Split Rail growing every year and more people enjoying just being out there on the patio and enjoying a good glass of great beer made here.
I know. And what has been, why brewery of all the businesses in, and especially as a woman, why brewery of all things?
Yeah. Well, at the time that we started Split Rail 6 years ago, there were no breweries on the island, and there were actually no breweries even in Northern Ontario. So we started thinking about that. Now, of course, Split Rail is not the only brewery in Northern Ontario anymore, but at the time, we were really trying to do something that there was a market for. And also, the thing with a brewery is that it's a business that you can keep going all year. Of course, summer is our busiest time, as you can see. But, there's always a market for that. And one thing we found is that on the island, a lot of jobs are seasonal. And we wanted to contribute to Manitoulin, contribute to the economic prosperity of the island by creating jobs that would be available for people all year round. Wow. So that's what we've done. We've got people who are working here all year round and making great beer.
So what has been the challenges for you as female, as ladies in a man environment? Like, if you come into a place and say, I saw beer, they'll be like, oh, do you really know how to cook it?
Yeah.
Can you really make the right beer?
Yeah, we've heard a little bit of that. Sometimes people, when we're talking about beer, they say, do you like beer? And I'll say, yeah, I actually do. Not only do I sell it, but I like it. So, I heard someone talking about that one time that more men than women drink beer.
Yes.
But she said, why is that? It's because we've marketed beer to be more toward men and wine more toward women. But in ancient times, women were the brewers. They were the ones who made beer. So it's not a new thing for women to enjoy beer. So it's just something that's coming back. But we think that we bring something a little different to the industry. We really emphasize everyone being welcome here and finding a place for themselves. So whoever wants to come and enjoy a beer, this is the place for you.
And one thing I know that I find very interesting about your organization is that your social responsibility. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so we have a value of integrity, quality, and social responsibility. Those are the values that we really guide all our decisions by. So for us, social responsibility means that families are welcome. It means that if people don't want to drink alcohol, we have a non-alcoholic soda.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so that, if people are the designated driver or, for whatever reason don't want to have beer, we have soda for them too, and the soda is made all here with local ingredients as well. And then we really try to
find our place in the community and give back to the community that has given so much to our business. So we were talking earlier about wearing the shirts, Every Child Matters.
Yes.
So this is a way to acknowledge that the pain and the harm caused by residential schools affecting Indigenous people here on the island as well as elsewhere. And this is something that we take very seriously. We're learning about that. Created opportunities for our staff to learn by going to an Indigenous film festival so that we can hear the stories of Indigenous people told by Indigenous people. So all of these ways that we could be part of our community, that is a really critical part of being Split Rail.
That's amazing. And also you've been in the papers lately, and what has been the buzz? What is the buzz about the paper? You have been in the paper lately and you're buzzing, and also there was also another mention, I think in the Toronto paper as well. It's been, and you're on our radio station as well.
I know. So, you know, it's a global pandemic. Right now it's like global split rail because we're everywhere. We were mentioned in the Toronto Star as a place for people to come. I think it's partly because of the pandemic that people are looking for vacations closer to home. So they're saying for people in Ontario, here's a place you can get to, and you can sit on our beautiful patio and enjoy yourself. We were mentioned in Toronto Life magazine as well as one of the 10 best patios, brewery patios. So, you know, we're pretty happy with that, and we think we have a pretty good patio. And I think part of the interest in Split Rail and part of the reason that we've been in the press is because we're a women-owned business.
Yes.
And still, that's not that common for breweries. There are other women-owned breweries.
But on the island, you're the only one.
We are the only one, that's for sure. And I think also we really emphasize people just coming, having a good time, bringing their families, and who doesn't want that? So
so let's talk about your beer. I mean, this is nice. I love this. And okay, I'm gonna have a beer myself. Okay, I'm legal to drink a beer.
Enjoy. Cheers.
So this is the new. It's called Spritters.
So it's a spruce tip beer, and we had a contest to name the beer. So we the most popular name for this beer was Spruced Up. And that, you know, kind of getting dressed up, right? And so it's our birthday, so it makes sense to have a beer that's called Spruced Up. So it is made with, it's an ale, and it's made with spruce tips. So actually locally harvested, the tips of spruce trees.
Spruce. What is a spruce tree?
It's like a pine tree, a different kind of conifer tree. So it has a lot of resin, like a lot of oils in it. That one of the other names that we thought for it was Christmas in July. So it's sort of like that Christmas tree smell. But you know, it's been for years that people have made spruce beer, and so this is kind of a version of a spruce beer. It's got that. I think you'll find kind of on the finish. You find that kind of fresh spruce. Looks good.
It tastes good. Seriously, it does taste very good. So
that's our birthday beer.
This is your birthday beer, and you have other beers as well. So everything is made here.
Everything's
made
made
on
here.
this building.
Yes. Yeah, we have 2 brewers who work with us, and they're great. They have really perfected. We have 6 core beers, and then we have some special beers like this one that we just put out occasionally. But so we have some lagers that are lighter, nice summer beer. We have a couple of ales, including a hawberry ale. And hawberry.
That one is my favorite.
Is that your favorite?
Is it the hawberry?
Hawberry.
That is my. What is in that one? It's so nice. That's all I drink.
Yeah. So I like that one too. A hawberry is the fruit of the hawthorn tree. And there are lots of hawthorn trees here on the island. And when people first lived on the island, they used to eat raw berries, not because they're that great, not
The red little ones
the
that
red little berries, but they have a lot of vitamin C in them. So they're actually quite healthy. And they bring a nice tartness to the beer and then a little bit of a sweet finish. But it's quite unique to the island. You won't find a lot of raw berries elsewhere, and we go and pick them. So they really are from here.
So all your beer is all natural? There's nothing that you're not using? Nothing artificial on this beer. And if you're a naturalist like me, trying to be natural and trying to go plant-based and also, this would be perfect for somebody who's going on a natural kind of...
That's right. So no preservatives, nothing artificial.
No preservatives.
Yeah. So that's why, when you're getting craft beer, you really are getting fresh, natural beer that you know where it came from. And it's really our pleasure to serve that.
So did you ladies go to school for this, or was it just a passion?
It was a passion, but we've certainly taken training in it.
Wow.
And then we have our brewers who know the fine points of really how to make beer, and they do. Okay, so really emphasize everyone being welcome here and finding a place for themselves. So whoever wants to come and enjoy a beer, this is the place for you.
And one thing I know that I found very interesting about your organization is that your social responsibility. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. So we have a value of integrity, quality, and social responsibility. Those are the values that we really guide all our decisions by. So for us, social responsibility means that families are welcome. It means that if people don't want to drink alcohol, we have a non-alcoholic soda.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so that, if people are the designated driver or, for whatever reason don't want to have beer, we have soda for them too, and the soda is made all here with local ingredients as well. And then we really try to find our place in the community and give back to the community that has given so much to our business. So we were talking earlier about wearing the shirts, Every Child Matters.
Yes.
So this is a way to acknowledge that the pain and the harm caused by residential schools affecting Indigenous people here on the island as well as elsewhere. And this is something that we take very seriously. We're learning about that. Created opportunities for our staff to learn by going to Indigenous Film Festivals so that we can hear the stories of Indigenous people told by Indigenous people. So all of these ways that we could be part of our community, that is a really critical part of Split Rail.
That's amazing. And also, you've been in the papers lately. And what has been the buzz? What is the buzz about the paper? You have been in the paper lately, and you're buzzing. And also, there was also another mention, I think, in the Toronto paper as well. It's been, and you're on our radio station as well.
I know. So, with the global pandemic, right now it's like global split rail because we're everywhere. We were mentioned in the Toronto Star as a place for people to come. I think it's partly because of the pandemic that people are looking for vacations closer to home. So they're saying for people in Ontario, here's a place that you can get to, and you can sit on our beautiful patio and enjoy yourself. We were mentioned in Toronto Life magazine as well as one of 10 best patios, brewery patios. So, we're pretty happy with that, and we think we have a pretty good patio. And I think part of the interest in Split Rail and part of the reason that we've been in the press is because we're a women-owned business.
Yes.
And still, that's not that common for breweries. There are other women-owned breweries.
But on the island, you're the only one.
We are the only one, that's for sure. And I think also we really emphasize people just coming, having a good time, bringing their families, and who doesn't want that? So
let's talk about your beer. I mean, this is nice. I love this. And okay, I'm gonna have a beer myself. Okay, I'm legal to drink a beer.
Enjoy. Cheers.
So this is the new. It's called Split us? Oh, that's good.
So it's a spruce tip beer, and we had a contest to name the beer. So we the most popular name for this beer was Spruced Up. And that kind of getting dressed up, right? And so it's our birthday, so it makes sense to have a beer that's called Spruced Up. So it is made with, it's an ale, and it's made with spruce tips. So actually locally harvested the tips of spruce trees.
Spruce, what is a spruce tree?
It's like a pine tree, a different kind of conifer tree. So it has a lot of resin, like a lot of oils in it. That one of the other names that we thought for it was Christmas in July. So it's sort of like that Christmas tree smell. But it's been for years that people have made spruce beer, and so this is kind of a version of a spruce beer. It's got that. I think you'll find kind of on the finish. You find that kind of fresh spruce. Looks good.
It tastes good. Seriously, it does taste very good.
Yeah. So that's our birthday beer.
This is your birthday beer, and you have other beers as well. So everything is made here.
Everything's
made
made
on
here.
this building.
Yes. Yeah, we have 2 brewers who work with us, and they're great. They have really perfected. We have 6 core beers, and then we have some special beers like this one that we just put out occasionally. But so we have some lagers that are a lighter, nice summer beer. We have a couple of ales, including a hawberry ale. And hawberry.
That one is my favorite.
Is that your favorite?
Is it the hawberry?
Hawberry.
Oh, that is my. What is in that one? It's so nice. That's all I drink.
Yeah. I like that one too. A hawberry is the fruit of the hawthorn tree, and there are lots of hawthorn trees here on the island. And when people first lived on the island, they used to eat hawberries, not because they're that great.
The red little ones.
The red little berries, but they have a lot of vitamin C in them, so they're actually quite healthy. And they bring a nice tartness to the beer, and then a little bit of a sweet finish. But it's quite unique to the island. You won't find a lot of hawberries elsewhere, and we go and pick them. So they really are from here.
So all your beer is all natural? There's nothing that you're not using? Nothing artificial on this beer. And if you're a naturalist like me, trying to be natural and trying to go plant-based and all, so this would be perfect for somebody who's going on a natural kind of.
That's right. So no preservatives, nothing artificial.
No preservatives.
Yeah. So that's why when you're getting craft beer, you really are getting fresh, natural beer that you know where it came from, and it's really our pleasure to serve that.
So did you ladies go to school for this, or was it just a passion?
It was a passion, but we've certainly taken training in it.
Wow.
And then we have our brewers who know the fine points of really how to make beer, and they do a good job.
Okay, so final question. We have issues with women saying, women, they work together. There's always a problem. There's all this B-wording with women. How were you just friends at first, or are you related? How does it happen that women, you show a different type of relationship, especially when business, because women have been known, or it's just a stereotype that women fight or women can't come together and work together, but you have proven that.
Well, we do work together, and I think it comes back to those values that we all share, and that was really one of the reasons that we felt that we could work well together, is fundamentally we share the same values. Quality, integrity, social responsibility. So when we have difference of opinion, and that will happen, we always try to come back to those values and say, what would those values guide us to? And I think because we're women, or maybe just because we kind of people we took it home and that's what we drank. We put the customer experience first. So it's what's going to be good for the customer, what's going to allow us to make great beer, what's going to allow us to keep our business going. That's what drives us. And sometimes that means that we have to put our own feelings aside and, go for that kind of higher purpose, I guess, or a greater purpose, to be the best split rail that we can be.
And Fana, I promise, this is Fana one. So I see you have a flag here for LGBTQ, and what is you have it as a flag up there. So what is it your message to the LGBTQ community?
Everyone is welcome here, so I am queer and I welcome everyone to come. It's really part of that being inclusive and finding a place for everyone. So we can make people feel welcome here, and having the flag is partly signaling that. Then we're doing the job that we want.
And I see also you do have inclusivity as well with your workers as well.
We do, absolutely, yeah, and that's important. So we want to reflect our community and, find ways to have a diverse staff because everybody brings something different.
So who are the people? I know, I'm going to say, I have so many questions. So who comes here? Who comes here? Do you have people from all over the world?
We do have people from all over the world, not right now because they can't travel. But I talked with some people last summer who had come from South America.
Wow.
I got to try out my Spanish, which is very bad, but they let me practice my Spanish with them. We have some people like you see sitting right behind me, someone that I've been friends with for 20 years. So, some of our friends come here. But we have people who just visit the island as well and are enjoying our dear welcome here. So we have, a wide range of people coming from across Canada, lots of Americans coming here too. We're right across from the marina, so people come on their boats enjoy that too. And we have staff who have lived all over the world, and people who are providing our food today, they brought pizza and pretzels and so on. They've lived all over the world too. So we really try to bring in all those different flavors and excitement to being at Split Rail.
I can see it even in your face, the smile when you talk about it. It's really incredible. So what would you like to say to our listeners as our final goodbye?
Well, I would like to say thank you so much to Teresa for having me on your show. And if you're ever on Manitoulin Island, look us up, Split Rail Brewery Company.
Thanks so much.
Happy birthday!
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And bye. We will be seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.